I don't know who the great philosopher was who came up with the concept of you never see a motorcyclist parked in front of a psychologist's office, but I think he or she may have had something going on there, because a wind therapy does do us some good. What you see behind me is a 2019 Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sport DCT model. It's an automatic motorcycle. Don't panic, I'm still really a motorcyclist, and I'll prove that over the next few months. Just keep following this page and you'll see as I go through wind therapy how things are going. The reason for my wind therapy: last year my advisor for my entire life passed away in early November. My dad was 82. I miss him to this day. And then about 10 days later my wife passed away. It sucked. It was her 4th bout with cancer, and she just couldn't beat it. But what I'm left with are 4 beautiful daughters. They're grown. My wife did a great job raising them and raising me to be good, independent adults. I can even balance my own checkbook now. I mean, with some guidance. Anyway, let's take a quick tour of the motorcycle, and then I'll fill you in a little bit about where I'll be going. So let's start the tour of the Honda Africa Twin on the front right here. So you'll see right there on the front, there is some super crazy bright lights there. Those are made by Baja Designs, and those lights really light up the night. Pretty simple to install. Just a push button links to the battery. Then on the motorcycle itself, you know, the motorcycle comes equipped with spoke wheels, which means there's a tube in there, which will get a little exciting later, I'm sure. And it's chain driven. I've got saddlebags. I bought the stock Honda saddlebags, and then I bought a Givi Trekker Outback top case. On top of the top case, you see I put a solar panel, and that solar panel comes down to the other side and allows for charging in this little pouch right here. On the motorcycle itself, in the cockpit, you see I've got the Garmin InReach Explorer Plus. This little device sends and receives multiple text messages anywhere in the world. So as long as it can see a satellite, I can send and receive text messages. It has an SOS feature, so in case I'm getting mauled by a bear, someone will be able to find this device in the gut of the bear and recover part of my body. Also, front and rear, I have a camera. So I've got a camera on the motorcycle. It's just a dash cam. It records 1 minute at a time. So it records a minute and begins to dump that minute. So it records over itself until I tell it to keep the recording. Then it saves it onto a 64 gig drive. I've got a RAM mount to hold my cell phone. I also have a RAM mount to hold my external speaker. I like to listen to music when I'm driving down the road. I know that that's a sin for most purists. So the DCT, one thing that's missing, there is nothing over here. There is no gear shifter. Interestingly though, I don't know if you can see that, but it still has the 1 down, 5 up placard there. Pretty interesting. Anyway, so this is not the clutch lever. This is a parking brake. Fortunately, the designers at Honda put the parking brake so far out there that when you're riding, you can't pull it. It takes extra effort to reach over there and grab it. So I do a lot of waving still. I'm still getting used to not having a clutch and not having a gear shifter. I also have the heated grips. That just makes good sense. as I'm going to be riding in cold climates. It just makes great sense. And that's really about it. The motorcycle has an accessory plug forward that I'll keep my phone and my GPS unit and my everything up forward powered, and then in the rear I'll have that solar panel still powering everything up, and that'll be just great. You'll notice on the saddlebags people have written on them. This is actually, wow, 2019. I had a couple of going away parties, and every time I went to one, I would just ask people to write on it, and people were pretty nice. They wrote nice things. I added these little eye bolts here just so that I could use this space for additional storage. I could strap across the rear seat without too much difficulty. So this will really help, I think. And there's not a passenger for this bike, so I think it just makes good sense. Anyway, it's a quick tour of the Motohawk Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sport DCT. Hey, so where am I going on this motorcycle? I'm gonna ride to Alaska. I'm not gonna ride straight to Alaska from Georgia. I'm gonna ride to New Hampshire, Maine, Quebec, Canada, Ottawa, the beautiful capital of Canada, through Chicago, over to Seattle, then up to Alaska via the Alaska State Ferry, hopefully. Then come back down through the Canadian Rockies, stopping in Banff, do a little hiking. Then keep coming down through the American Rockies, all the way down to Arizona and New Mexico. Then cut over to California, ride up the coast to California, all the way up into Oregon, visit some friends there, and then maybe come back down, cut across the southern end of the US as winter sets. So the trip will go north now that it's late June, early July, and it will run south October, November, December. Keep watching this channel to see where Hawk actually goes. I've got a GPS tracker on the bike, so I'll try to get that linked in somehow so you'll be able to see exactly where I've been and kind of where I'm heading. So if I'm in your area, drop me a note, hawk@motohawk.com, and come on out. I'll buy you a cup of coffee. Tell me a good road lie. Be careful, ride safe. Hey riders, thanks very much for watching that video in its entirety. If you would, click over here on the subscribe button, and then the button just to the right of it, that is the bell button, and if you press that, that lets YouTube know that you want to know what I've been up to on this particular channel. So every time I post something new, they'll alert you, and that's cool. Because if I'm just doing this for me, I'm not going to be doing this. So please subscribe, be aware, know what's going on. Also below, you're going to find my channels to my social media, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that shizzle bedrizzle. You can sign up for those too. Stay alert, stay aware of what's going on. Also, I'm going to share the link to Motohawk.com. That's where you can go to make me be your ride guide to the Southeast United States. If you're traveling in North Georgia, East Tennessee, Western North Carolina, Virginia, or West Virginia on two wheels, let me help you out. I've got 3 great books. They're available on the website, and there's some other cool information to share on the website too. All right, I hope that you really enjoyed the video. Be safe, ride smart, but have a great time.